Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Atomic here. Today we're going to be going over some mods and updates to the Car Mechanic 2021. So I'm going to show you where to get them, how to get them, how to do the updates, and then what you can do with them once you have them downloaded and installed. So let's get to it. The first thing you want to do obviously is have Car Mechanic 2021. We're going to assume you have that. So I'm going to open up a new Google window. Okay. Put that right there. Right here in Google, you're going to type in Nexus Mods. Everything you're going to want to do is all in Nexus Mods. Alright, and then right here where it says Nexus Mods and Communities, you can see right there. All it is nexusmods.com. Click on that. This is Nexus Mods. So inside of Nexus Mods, we're going to go right here to the search window. The first thing we're going to put in is QOL. Now QOL is in with a list of tons of other stuff. So if you don't see it right away, just put an M after it. No space. QOL with an M, and that's the only thing that pops up on my screen. But if you had to spell it out, you can, the whole thing. So click on that. Brings you to this page. This page has everything you need on it. We're going to go down. Here is some stuff you can read on of what you can get or what you're going to get. Let's look at requirements. The first thing that they say you have to have is that mail-in loader download there. I have not messed with any of this stuff. I actually like that Pagani Slam thing. Anyway, so mail-in loader. So that's the first thing we got to have. Let's click on that. Okay, that takes you to this page. This is a mail-in loader page, and they want you to do it the automatic installation. You've got some instructions here on how to do it. I'm going to walk you through as much as I can. I can't walk you through the whole thing. But anyway, right here where it says mail-in loader installer, click on that. Okay. Right here it is. We're going to click on that. And I just clicked on it. So right here is where you set it up at. You have to tell it where do you want it to install. We're going to install it to the Car Mechanic 2021. So we're going to hit the select button. That's going to pull up your files folder. All right, I have mine on F drive, but you might have yours on C drive, or if you have a different drive, you'll have it on that drive. But I have mine on F drive, which is my gaming drive. I'm going to click on that. Then you're going to look for Steam library. Double click on that. Steam apps, double click on that. Common, double click on that. Then down here where it says Car Mechanic 2021, double click on that. So what I did was I clicked on this and then I opened it. Once you get this in here, you're going to click off of this latest. It will not run with 6.2. Click on that. The drop down menu, you want to pick 5.7. And then right here where mine says reinstall, yours will say install. So once you get that far with it, and you go through all the processes of installing that, then mine's an F drive, Steam library, Steam apps, and then common, and then Car Mechanic 2021. Now, go into your folder before you download that and look. Right here is a mod folder. Before you install mail-in loader, pull this up where your Car Mechanic stuff is and see if your mods folder is there. It should not be there. When you get done and you have successfully downloaded mail-in loader puts a mods folder right here. So that's how you'll know if you've got it installed correctly. If you see that mods folder right there, then you're going to come into here. Let's go back to right here. We're still on the QOL. We're going to click on files. Okay, so what brought all this on was I wanted that garage across the street. Well, this is what I had, this QOL here downloaded. I did that August 5th, 2023. and it's not new enough for the garage across the street. So I went right here and I downloaded this. I downloaded it right here. So let's do that. So I clicked on it, and then it brings us up to here. Now, if you want to pay, you can get the fast download premium, but I promise you, you can click this slow and you'll be just fine. I'm gonna click that. Oh, I have to wait for it to do it. Sorry. There's a little countdown right there. Okay, so right there is QOL. So let me make some space on my computer. I want to bring this. I want to show you all this. Okay, so I'm left clicking and I'm dragging it and I'm putting it on my desktop. We're going to lower that desktop. Now I'm going to bring it over here where you guys can see it. Alright, so right here is your downloaded QOL. You're going to right click. Now I have Renoir right here. I'm going to extract the files. If you don't have that, you can try to extract it with whatever you do have. But if you got Renoir, then I know for sure it works with that. So I'll click extract files. You're going to click OK. Just mash OK. And it puts it on the desktop. Bring that over here. Then you open this up. I opened up over here. Okay, so this is it opened up. It's extracted and it's opened up. You don't want to set this folder in there. You want to set these in there. So let me bring another one of these over so I can show you a little bit better. Okay, let's start from the beginning again. My drive that I have my games on, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, and then Car Mechanic 2021. Now, you want to put this in here. So what you need to do is go to right here. You've got the mods folder open, and you're going to left click, highlight both of those, and you're going to drag them over here into this bottom section and let it go. I'm not going to let it go, but let it go. If you don't have the QOL in here, it's just going to copy it to it. If you have the QOL in here, but it's an older model, it's going to update it. It's going to pop up with a screen and ask you, do you want to overwrite? You're going to say yes. Okay, that is that. Let's go on to okay, it says for update instructions, please read this. So here's an article that you can go in here and read. Basically, it says safely unzip the mod zip file and overwrite all files. Just like I just told you. No other action is needed. Please note that QOL config and profile memory DAT files are safe and are never included inside the mod zip file. After the first game launch with the new version, new config entries will be added to the QOL mod. Okay. Now let's, what I want to do is go back to here. Once you get that, then you're going to come up here. Oh, what I suggest, by the way, at this point, once you download, bring the game up and just make sure it comes up. And make sure it works. So I'm going to show you. Okay, so when it pops up, you're going to see 5 cars out in the parking lot. So that'll be your first clue that it worked. If you don't see the 5 cars, it may not have worked. So do that before you progress on. Now let's go to the TK. The next thing you're going to want to download is TK. There's 2 of them. There's a TK Aftermarket, TK Basics. Let's do the Aftermarket first. So you'll click on that. Again, if you click on requirements, you got to have the melon loader. So basically, you're getting the Aftermarket stuff, like the Aftermarket caliper that you've seen me stick on cars, and the bigger rotors, and the rear ends. Whenever you saw me go into the rear end, take that stuff apart, that's in here. The battery. What is... I can't make out what that is. Uploaded by, I don't know what that is. Anyway, here's the suspension, the high performance suspension parts. Okay, so the same thing with this. We're going to go through it. Let's see if it's got a download. Here it's showing you again. So they've got C, because theirs is on C, and most people's will be C, program files, x86 Steam, and then Steam apps, common, then Car Mechanic. I wish they'd have it on out there, but Car Mechanic 2021. Okay, right there's 5.7. That's what you got to worry about. You'll unclick the latest and make sure it's on 5.7. Drop that window down, get it on it. I strongly recommend using my real engine and parts names. I did not do this, but it's something if you want to look into it, you can. I also strongly recommend the QOL, and of course my other, the TK basics. We're going to go over the basics. Installation: extract all files in the mods folder that you should have if you installed Mail Loader Properties, which is the mods folder. Update: it is best to delete all mod files when updating, because file names may have changed and leaving older files may lead to mix-ups and issues. So remember that. I did not do that, which I read this after I'd done installed it. Okay, so let's go get it. So you're going to click on that. There's 3 different things here. Click on this first. And it's just telling you to make sure you got the mail loader, which if you did what I told you, and you went through and that mods folder popped up, you're good. Download that. We're going to do this slow. It's going to start in just a few minutes. Okay, so that one's taking just a little bit of time, but you can see it's not that bad. Good grief. The game's going to take longer than this is to I'm going to show you that too, by the way, how long this is also going to affect how long the game takes to open up. I'm going to show you that. So it's finished downloading. Let's bring it to the desktop. Let's minimize this. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing with this. You're going to right click. I'm going to extract files. We're going to extract them right here on the desktop. Right there they are. Let's put that right there. And then let's bring this over. Let's open this up. Okay, so there's the 2 files you want. And you want to put them in, let's back up one. You're going to put them in this mods folder. So go through, let's go over it again from the beginning. I've got mine on F drive. If you got C drive, you'll have to do it a little differently. Now I can't do it for you on C drive, but in that where I showed you that other one, you may have to do it that way to get to it. But for me, my stuff's on F drive, so I just do F drive, Steam libraries, Steam apps, common, and then Car Mechanic. Then right here is mods. Double click on mods and open this up. When you do, you're going to take these 2, highlight them, and then drag them over here, drop them in the bottom down here. Okay? And when you do that, it'll pop up with, you see it right here, the TK Aftermarket right there. And then the TK DLL is right there. And I want to show you some stuff with this too, so just bear with me. I got a lot to go over. All right. I suggest starting the game after this and making sure it worked. I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, I'm going to just delete all of this. All right, let's bring it back up. Okay, so once you have that downloaded, let's just put in TK again. Whoops. Okay, there's this stuff down here. Now I wanted this. This is updates. It said if you have already downloaded the 7.4, just get this update and overwrite the files. It includes both HF1 and HF2. Now I only downloaded this one first. I was going to download this one second, but as you can see, it downloaded them both at the same time. That's 28th May, and that's 28th May. Okay, so let's do this next. So you want to download this. slow, and then it's going to start in just a couple seconds. All right, see, it's already done. I'm going to drag it to the desktop. Let's lower this. Okay, we're going to drag it over here. We're going to extract files. Okay. And right here it is. Whoops. And right there is the files. And all you're going to do is go back in here just like you've been doing. Same thing. Car Mechanic mods. You're going to highlight these two and drag them down here. Just let go. Now what's going to happen is it's going to pop up with a thing and say, do you want to overwrite these files? You do want to overwrite the files. So that'll be, and that's also how you update. You do the same thing, and when you drag it over there, it's going to say, do you want to overwrite the files? You're going to say yes, you want to overwrite the files. All right, let's just exit off of that. That's how you do that. Now, like I said, when I downloaded that, this one shows to be downloaded too. Just look and see if it does. You should have that little arrow or that little cloud looking thing with the download button or arrow. If you've got that, you should be good to go. You can always come back in here and get it if it didn't work. Once you download that, open up the game, make sure it's still working, everything's working. And I want to show you what to look for all this stuff, okay? That's coming up later, after I get done showing you all this stuff. Okay, so what was this? That was the aftermarket. Okay, now we want to go to TK. Again, and now we're going to go to basics. The basics is really cool. I'm going to show you this right here. That's in the basics. And this stuff right here is going to be in the basics. Click on requirements again. It's just going to show mail and loader. We're going to go over that. I want to show you that. But you can come down through here and read all this and see what it says. This is kind of interesting. I kind of like that. That's pretty cool, actually. I wish it was a little bit more refined, but I still like it. And I'm going to show you this right here. This is the coolest part, in my opinion. Golly day, that's really cool. This is really cool. I'm going to show you all this. This right here is saying that the lighting, it's done something with the lighting, like the cam. You see the shadow it's casting. I guess it wasn't casting a shadow before. I'm not too much into all this, to be honest with you, because when I paint, it matters where it's setting and what it looks like, because it changes. I don't know, and sometimes it's too dark, can't see what you're doing. And here's the real engine and parts. Check out my other mod. You can do that if you'd like. I don't have that one downloaded. Okay, so let's go back up to the top. Click files. You want to download this one, manual download. I right click. It's just saying you need mail and loader. We do. All right, slow download. Okay, now it has started. It's already done. You can put it right there. We're going to lower that. Bring it where y'all can see it. Right click, extract files, and yes, it's going to pop up right there. And let's bring over. Let me open that up. Okay. All right, so there's the basics, and there's the DLL. And so again, we're into DaVinci Resolve, not DaVinci, into Car Mechanic 2021. We are in the mods folder. That's the DLL, and then that is the basics right there. That's what you see here. Okay. Y'all got all that? Any questions? Raise your hands. All right, let's go. Let's keep going. Still a lot more to do. Okay, let's go back to the QOL. We want that one. Now, if you'll read down here, you will have the 5 extra car spots. That's when you open it up for the first time, when you've installed just a QOL, you should see 5 extra car spots. All right, the ability to load garage extension map from Steam Workshop. So you see that's highlighted. Just click on this. That's going to take you to Steam. Now, I have went to Steam and I have tried to find this. I cannot find it. I've tried to find it in the workshop. I've tried to find it. There's a search, not on this, but there's a search that you can search through, and it just won't pop up. I don't know why. So click on that link, and that'll take you right to it. All you have to do, this will say subscribe, and you click on it, and it should say subscribed, and that's it. It'll automatically download it when you open up the game and install it over there. Okay, now once you've got that installed, there is one more thing you'll need. It says, please note, you need download alternative extra car loader places config to spawn cars. Now where that is right here where it says files. Click on that, and right there, extra car loading places. Right here is where you download that. I don't know anything about the source code, but this is where you download that. You'll just click that. Slow download. Wait a few seconds. Okay, it's done. We're gonna bring it to the desktop. Bring it over here. Right click. Extract files. And here's where you can tell it if you want to go somewhere else, like Car Mechanic mod folders, if you want to do that. Now, put this up. Extra car loading places. Okay, where this has to go is you'll click on QOL mods. Okay, let me back up. So you're in the mods folder, go up to QOL mods, and right here is where it lives on mine. So you shouldn't see that on yours. So that's where you just need to drag it and drop it down here. And when you do that, it'll pop up right there. So if everything else has worked for you, you've started the game over and everything's working thus so far, you're good to go. Once you get that in there, you're done. As far as I can remember, you're done with downloading everything. Now let me show you. I'm going to open up this game. Let me get rid of this stuff. I'm going to open up the game and show you how long it takes for mine to load. Alright, wait a minute. I just clicked on it. It's 9:45. I was going to time it, but I didn't get it. I didn't catch it in time. 9:45. It takes about 2 minutes for this thing to open. And one thing to note is when you're doing stuff in the game, save often. I've had this thing crash so many times for me. All right, 9:46. This is the absolute longest game for me to load. Nothing else I've got takes this long. Nowhere even near this long. But I'm showing you this so you'll be prepared and you'll know what to look for. Now, when you open it up for the first time, I think it's just a hair different. I can't remember now, but if it asks you any questions or anything, just go through it and answer it, whatever it needs. It seems like for me though, it went ahead and opened up just fine. It's still 9:46. We're getting there. 9:47. You thought that was it, didn't you? Yeah, let's go ahead 9:48 before it finally gets loaded. There's a lot of stuff going on in the background to take this long. You know what? I mean, just tons and tons of information that it's having to go through to get this game to load. It's amazing. All right, we're finally getting there. It's 9:48. So that's been 3 minutes, roughly. We ain't done yet. It ain't loaded yet. Now we got to wait for the cars to all pop up. So it will be a solid 3 minutes or longer. Wow, it's amazing. $9:49, 4 minutes. It's something to sit here and wait for this. All right, it's done. Finally. Okay, so that's how long it takes for it to load, at least on my machine. Yours could be different. Now, inside the garage, the frames works pretty good. I don't notice any bad glitching, but when you walk out here, see how it's not moving smoothly? It's glitching. I've got too many cars out here. Man, that's a bad apple. All right, so the warehouse, I have 50 cars, and we're going to get to that. I'm going to show you that. But I have 50 cars loaded. So over here, it's not too bad on this side. I love this. And see out here, it's not too bad. It's pretty smooth right here. 50 cars. I'm at 51 frames. But when you get over here to this garage, well, actually, it's not doing too bad right now. I'm at 60 frames. So normally, though, when I'm over here, it's really rough. There, you can see when you get to that Ford right there. You see how it's doing? It's rough now. So that's what you got to think about as well when you're loading in all these cars. And you're supposed to be able to load in 100 and some cars. So my computer will never take it. Oh, here he comes. Hey, watch it, buddy. Okay, so if you don't know, I want to take you and show you all the places that cars spawns at the garage. I haven't messed with anything. You got 3 right there. You got 1 right here. You got 1 back here. Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So you got 19 cars that spawns over here. And that's all the spaces for them right there. Look, there's a bare frame Honda that I found in the junkyard. Okay, so let's go in. So, okay, let me show you one of the things that that this does. Some of that stuff. Now, these cars that I just showed you, the 19, I'm not counting this car, that car, or, oh, there's 1 in here. I'm sorry, there's 20 spots. That car also is it's technically in the garage, even though it's in my shop. And all those out there, except for this one and that one, these 2 are on this property, and the others are in the garage. So what I mean by that, if you don't know, the parking, that's what I mean to say, the parking. So all this stuff's in parking. If you click on it, it'll tell you where it is. Dyno parking spot inside. All right, that one is dyno parking spot middle, which is back on the side I just showed you. Dyno parking spot outside. So you can click on these and it'll tell you where they're at. But this is what I'm talking about. All those cars are there. This car, and that truck, all this is technically at the shop. So on the keyboard, if you'll hit Z, I've hit Z, it pops up with that information right there on the top left. That is telling me how many cars I have on the lot, which is 4, and the condition of each car. So the one that's on the left is the Ford F-150 Raptor. I've got the Coyote motor in it, and then it's got a sell for and how much profit I'm at, and then it shows you what percent everything's at. And then it does the same with the other cars. Now hit Z to take it off. If you'll hold shift and hit Z, it gives you more information. It tells you in there how much you paid for it. So I bought the truck for a $556. It was a bare frame, so it was really cheap. But the other ones, it shows you about them as well. Okay. Now, bring up the tablet. This is the main menu. The TK Basics was that I just showed you, and it's this as well. So I'm gonna hit X because I changed that. I'm gonna show you all that. But I can hit X and I can change right here. There you can get complete engines. I can buy a complete motor. It'll stick it in my inventory, and then I'll have it. So let's just pick one. Trying to think of one. There's a rotary motor. All right, let's just say that. Let's just say I want that. So it's $14,500. Let's buy it. And right here's the list of everything that you just bought to make that engine. Now, let's go in here. Go to frame. We're going to put the engine on there. There it is. It's a whole engine. You don't have to sit there and get all the pieces and put it together. You can just buy a whole engine and stick it in your car. Now, let's go back in here. And let's go back. If you hit, I'm hitting X. Now Z, let me tell you this, Z is supposed to do this, but Z didn't work. It would not work, so I went into the settings and I changed it to X. So you may have to do the same thing if it doesn't work. So I hit the X, and now it's tuned engines, so you can go into the same thing, and if I wanted to buy that same thing, look, now it's $22,000. I'm not going to buy it, but if I did, it would give me an engine with all of the high performance stuff on it. And then if you hit X again, of course sorry, wrong spot. You have to be on this screen. If you hit but if you hit X again, then you get engine part kits. Whoops. Now again, it's going to show you the motor, but all you do if you want the parts to make that motor like this one right here, it'll cost me $18,000, and all it will give me is all the parts, like if you used to go to an auto parts store and get a kit, a piston kit, for instance. It'll come with pistons, rings, whatever, bearings maybe. This is a complete kit, and I believe it's high performance. Tuned engine kits. Yeah, so this is high performance. So if I click on that and I buy that, I'm buying all the high performance stuff that's available for that motor. That's pretty cool. You gotta admit it. But you have to put it in the motor. It doesn't come as a motor. All right, let's go back. And then if you hit it again, you're back to the main shop where you can get individual parts. That is really, really cool. I like that. Again, I had to switch it to the X because it wouldn't work on the other. All right, I've got a engines folder down here. I bought that engine to test it with. Alright, there it is. Put it in engines, and there it is, along with my other engines. The other engines I built. I'm glad I didn't build all of them. Alright, now what I want to show you is this is the actual QOL mod stuff. So it says debug menu. This menu is pretty good. When if you watched my stuff where I do the fast mounting and fast unmounting, I just click that and it'll mount and unmount stuff a whole lot faster. You can come in here and get cars, load a car. I don't know what that save a car, I ain't never tried it, but you can load a car. You can delete a car. You can right through here, if you got a junk car, you can repair it, then you can tune it, and then you can set max quality. You also can examine all parts. So let's see. Okay, so this right here, you gotta put your dot on it. I start to say cursor. Bring it up the menu. I'm hitting the escape button to do that. I don't know about Mac. I don't know how to do it on Mac, but on a PC you hit the escape button, then hit this debug menu. Okay, examine all parts. Alright, click in like that, then it'll show it. You see down there at the bottom where it says the engine's 31%. You can touch the crankshaft, 28%. You can touch this, 23%. You can touch that, it's 13%. So that's what the examine all does. It'll tell you the condition of everything in the car, which is, it's useful. But I never use it. I just I'll tear stuff down anyway. Look, it put a new pipe on there, 100%. But if it had a lot of stuff on it, is that got a motor in it? No. But anyway, you can do that. It's the same thing as tearing it down. You see, now that I've tore everything down on this and put it back together, it'll tell me the condition of all the parts. Anyway, so there's that. And you've got other stuff you can do. I don't mess with any of this. You can load decorations in the shop. Oh, remove the doors. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to do it because it messes with my frames. But if you remove the doors, it takes them doors, those doors, any door, anywhere. All these doors. I don't know about... Yeah, it takes that one down too. It'll take all these doors down. Any door, anywhere, it'll take it down. So that's really cool. Take that door down too. Okay, so now let's look at parts. Okay, so I've changed something, but like this Coyote coil cover, see, it says it can't be fixed. Well, what that's telling me is it can't be fixed at all, period. Now this one's supposed to tell me, but it doesn't, which I don't know. That one doesn't, that one does. So I'm kind of, I guess that means it can be fixed, but it's supposed to be a little icon there. Okay, so I want to show you there is a difference. This with the wrench in it that's the TK Basics. That's what's doing that. Now let me see if I can find one. I actually don't see any. Everything I got is fixed. Let me take a tire off and just look at it right super quick. Okay, now let's see what that does. Okay, there it is. That blue icon, that is from the TK. Let's see. Either that's from the TK Aftermarket or that's from the QOL. I can't remember. This is from the TK Basics. That's from one of the other two. Because I've had that for a while. I didn't get this until I got the TK Basics. So that's the difference between those two. But that's really cool. Let's see, what else can I show you? There are some changes. If you're used to fixing a bunch of parts like I am, they have changed some stuff. I'll show you that here in a minute. All right, let's go to the junkyard. So in the junkyard, the same thing still applies. If one of these items was here, it would show up, but it's not. But let me show you the Z thing. This is so helpful. When you click on the Z thing, it pulls up every car that's in this lot. So let's just say I'm looking for a Coyote motor, which is what I was building. I would just scroll down and see if anything's got a Coyote motor. And no, there's no Coyote motors. So there's no reason, if I was looking for something for the Coyote motor, there's no reason for me to go looking anywhere. Now you can look at the cars, which is to the left, and it tells you what's in here. So let's just say the second one down is a Porsche 911, and let's just say that's the car you was looking for. Well, there it is. You know it's in here, so you can go find it. And same with all the other ones they got listed right here. And also, it tells you the model of it as well, so it doesn't just say like a Jaguar. See down there, well, let's go to the bottom. The Range Rover, it tells you which Range Rover it is. That's what I'm getting at. Lamborghini up above it tells you. And like that Chevrolet up above that, the Chevrolet Corvette C8, it's a Speed Hunters. There's several of those kinds of Corvettes. Well, let's just say you're looking for a Speed Hunter. It tells you that it's a Speed Hunter. It also tells you what engine's in it. And if you go on to the right, on all these, it tells you how much the game wants for it and what the value of it is. So you see, we'll pick that Chevrolet Corvette C8. It's the third one up from the bottom. The price is kind of pinkish red. That means it's not the best deal. If you look right below that Lamborghini, you can see it's priced at $27 and the value of it's $30, so that price is in the green because it's a good value. The one on the very bottom, you'll see that price is basically white, and that means that the price and the value is pretty much the same. If you go all the way up to the top where it says Chevrolet Bel Air Drag Built, and you go to the right, that's in a hard red color. That means it's a bad deal. But I know for a fact that that car is a bare frame car. So because the value of it's only $516 and it's in the red, that's one way you can find your bare frame cars too, is just look for one that's just red like that. If it's red, and see what the value of it is, and if the value's way down like that, that's a bare frame car. So that's very, very helpful. I love it. You have to hit Z to get off. And the other thing, I know y'all seen this in my other videos, but if I needed something off of a car, like I could take that hood off, just like I can come in here and I can take this off. Well, no, I can't either. So I took that off, and then I can take that off, just like the shop. So if you needed that, you can take it off. Then you can just come into your inventory, and there they are. All these parts was good. If I needed them, I don't. You can just delete them, or you can just put them back in the pile, and they'll go back into this pile right there. So that's something that that was in the QOL update when that changed, because I used to couldn't do that. One thing I can show you is when you click on this again, if it has that red with the wrench through it, it cannot be repaired. Of course, anything in the red cannot be repaired regardless anyway. But you see that blue icon there. Now, right here, this is a Ford engine cover. It's plastic. And the TK Basics has changed stuff. The TK Basics is telling you you can't repair that. But the TK Aftermarket is telling you you can repair that. It's blue. So I'm going to buy that. And we're going to test it out and see. That can be repaired. It has changed some stuff. I'm going to show you that. Bear with me. I know it's a long video, but there's a lot to go over. So I'm going to take that. And let's go back to the house with it. And I'm going to leave this on real time just this once. Just to show you how long it takes for it to reload back to the game, the main game. It takes forever. Now you picture this, and you picture me doing the junkyard challenge, going back and forth to the junkyard. But now there is something you can do. It helps a little. I'll show you that. We'll go to the barns. I should have showed you that here, but we'll go to the barns and I'll show you that. That is in the QOL mod. I'll show you that in a minute. But again, the only reason I'm showing you this is so that you'll understand it takes a while. You got to have patience when playing this game. And things like me going to the junkyard, I really don't like to go unless I got a lot of stuff to look for. Now I am going to take the cars away from the pumps, and I'm going to take them out of the back, the two spots in the back I show you. I'm going to take them away from there and all the pumps. I don't want them there, and I don't want them in the back. So that will help my frames. That'll get me back up to where I can. Before it was smooth. It wasn't smooth at the warehouse, but it was smooth here, inside and out. But today it seems to be running pretty decent. Alright, so I got that piece. Ain't no telling where it's at. Where's the bearings? Right there. Okay, here it is. So you see it's got the thing where it says it can't be repaired, but it's also got the thing where it can be repaired. Let's go see if it can or not. I guess it'll be over here. And it can. Oh gosh. Alright, so there you go. If you didn't know whether it could be repaired or not, now you see that symbol went away because it's now at 100%. Sell that for 125 bucks. All right, what else to show you? Okay, so the next thing I want to show you is they've added in there where if you mash Shift and V as in Victor, it pulls up this screen. Now I have it set to you can sell this stuff. It sells it all at the same time. This is where I want it to be more refined. Like I can pick that I just want to sell non-repaired stuff, or I just want to sell repaired stuff at that percent. I don't like the fact that you don't have a choice. You have to sell them all at the same time. So I don't know. I guess you can go in there maybe and fix it somehow, but anyway, it don't matter. So what I've done was I think this is at 50 when it stopped, but I went in there and changed it to 75. So sell non-repairable items below condition of 75%. So if it's below 75%, it's a goner. And then the sell repairable items below a condition of 15%. So 15% is fixable, 14% is not fixable. So this is pretty cool. You know, it's a feature they put in there. And you'll hit the escape button, get out. Okay, so we're in the junkyard. The list thing works for here too. There at the top you see there's a Shelby Cobra Super Snake. Oh, I've been looking for that one. My God. I gotta get it. I have to get it right now. So as you can see, that's the benefit. How much? 1 million. What the hey, man? Man, I've been looking for that car. I've been coming out this junkyard. Look at that thing. That is a Super Snake. $1 million for this piece of junk. I mean, a nice car. I wonder if it's got engine swap capabilities to it. No. So you're stuck with the with that engine, which is the what engine is it? Oh, V8 two carb overhead valve. It's supposed to be a 427. It says 427 right there. Man, I have to buy it. I just have to. Gosh, that's a lot of money. Well, you know this is going to come up on a video one day. Put it in car parking. Okay, so anyway, you saw that, and what I want to show you now is if you hit the escape key, you can reload here at the barn over and over and over, how many times you need to. Like when I'm looking for parts, you know, if it doesn't show anything, and then if I do the Z, and it doesn't show a car that I can get parts from, then I hit the escape and I reload, and it'll just reload everything. I want to do it one time. It does not take away from your reloads that you already have. I think I had what, 13 when I came here, so I should be down to 12. I think it was 13. So I reloaded once, and you'll see it's just down to 12 if it was 13. So here we are. We reloaded again into a different barn. We're gonna hit Z again. Shelby Cobra Street. That's $1 million. I ain't buying that. And then a McLaren. $10 million. 10 million. Almost 11 million. And that Shelby Cobra is almost 2 million. Well, it's about a little over $1.5 million. Man. Let's see if any of my parts are in here. Nope. Okay. I did that barn challenge. You guys have seen that. It's out if you haven't seen it. And I came here so many times. Look at that. The wheels look gold. I didn't show y'all, but that other car was all, you can only find it in the barns. That's why I bought it. This one you can find in the junkyard, which is where I'll look for it. But anyway, so that's what I'm showing you, and you can do the same thing with the with this right here. You can reload at the junkyard, so you can do it at the barn and the junkyard. That's what I want to show you. Okay, there's another thing I want to show you in the QOL mod. But before I do that, we're going to have to go here, go to tires. And this tuning down here is, here's the TK Aftermarket stuff. You see where it says Aftermarket? This is your regular in-game stuff. This is the stuff that the TK added. So anywhere where you see Aftermarket, that's what the TK added. Now that's the TK Aftermarket, not basics. And there's all your suspension stuff. Right here's your brake stuff. This is in-game. This is aftermarket, all this is. So you can kind of go through here and just see, you know, what all they've added. That's a cat delete pipe. It's very important. Look, the percent, it gives you 3.5% more boost. Okay. Anyway, what I want to show you is, let's get out of that. Go in the tire shop. Now let's say you get a sport tire. Let's say we'll just leave it at 12. And we'll leave that at 60. So what's the biggest tire you can get? So it only lets you get up to a 205. I tried my best. I even asked people how to do this, because there's cars that I've gotten that had way bigger tires than what this thing would let me get. Nobody would tell me. I happened to stumble across it. But you can see that stops. I'm sitting here clicking the button and it won't go past. Well, it's grayed out anyway. Well, it's still grayed out. But anyway, it won't go no further than 205. Okay. If you'll hit the escape key, this debug menu, and right up here where it says ridiculous tire sizes right there, click that. All right. Now go in here. Here's the tires. We'll get a sport tire. Leave everything the same. You can go on up with it. Ain't that something? So if anybody wanted to know that, that's how you do that. Okay, so the last part of this is how to make changes within the game. So you bring up your folder. Let's go to drive F. That's where my games are. Steam Lab, Steam Apps, Common, and then Car Mechanic. Now, what you want to look for in here, you're going to go to Mods. Where it's got that little pencil right there and right there. And then QOL, you would have to go into QOL mod. And Authentic Car Names is there. You can pull that up. And then there's the extra loading car places here. And there's QOL mod. So we're going to start with QOL mod. Now, I highly suggest getting Notepad++. Show you what it looks like right here. Edit with Notepad++. It's free. Just go on Google, put in Notepad++. You'll find it, download it, install it. And once you get it, it works real good with this kind of stuff. Let's make it big. So what you can do is, this is the QOL mod, and it's got all this stuff that you can go in here and read, and you can set it to whatever you want. The last thing I did was I set my car spots to 50. I may have to drop that back to, well, actually, if I take them out of the where the pumps are and the back, then it worked fine with 50. But anyway, if you want to make adjustments, this is how you do it. But if you want, you'll have to just take your time and go up through here. Okay, like right here where it says dyno window no blur, that says true. Now what that is when you use the dyno, the car's in the background. Right now, if I go to the dyno and I click dyno, you can plainly see the car behind that window. It's not blurred out. But if you was to take this and put false right here, then it when you run the dyno, then the car is going to be blurred in the background. And you just click, and you would just erase that, just backspace erase, and then type in false right there. And then when you get done with the change you want to make, you'll have to come up here and hit save. But there's a whole bunch of different stuff in here that you can do. Okay, right here is Alt key quick switch mount and unmount modes, which I don't ever use that, but it's really cool. So the Alt key down here, instead of going through the menu and changing from mounting a part to unmounting a part, vice versa, you just hit that Alt key. When that is set to true, and it is, then you can just hit the Alt key and it'll switch it on the fly. It's really cool. I wished I'd get used to using that, but I don't. And right here, beside of all these, it does have descriptions. Alt button will quick switch modes, limitations, bind is not selectable. I don't know what all that is, but I don't know what the limitations are either. But anyway, it works. When I used it, it worked. So anyway, so that's that. That's where you come in here and make QOL adjustments. All right. Now we're going to cancel out of that. The car, where I say I'm going to take the cars out from the where I say I'm going to take the cars out from the pumps, that's in here. So you're going to right click, get that Notepad++, you're going to open it with that. And this shows you where every car goes when the game's loaded. So right here it says dyno parking spot outside. And there's the coordinates for it. It's rotated 90 degrees, and the steering wheel is a -10. Right there's -20 for that one, a 3. And so if you wanted to, like I want to get rid of the ones at the gas tank right there. No, that's not it. All right, right here it is. Between petroleum pumps, that's one of them right there. So if I didn't want a car to spawn right there, I would have to figure this out, because I know I can change it. I can change it, and I can get coordinates from somewhere else and put there, like if I can only have 50 cars. Let's say I just wanted to fill another second row. I can definitely go up to a car spot 2 in the warehouse, and I can take those coordinates and I can put it right here, and then change where it says between petroleum pumps. Put right there where that's going to go, and it will spawn over there at the warehouse instead of between the pumps. See, there's warehouse row 1. I've got 2 rows over there. Right there's row 2. So let's just say I wanted to go to row 3 and start there. I would get these coordinates here and put that up there with that other one. And you have to copy all this stuff, but take it and copy and put it up there on them spots that I want to get rid of. And then those spots would still be there, but it would send it over here at the warehouse. Here's your authentic car names. I don't even know if I've ever opened this up or not. But anyway, there's the name, the in-game name, and then there's the brand and the actual car's name. So that's a El Camino. So if you have, I think this is a QOL. I can't remember if that's QOL or the other one, TK. But one of them is taking the name that you see in the game and making it the kind of car it is. So anyway, there's that. And you can make changes. You can name stuff whatever you want to, and it'll pop up. Okay, so let's go back one. Now we're going to go to TK Aftermarket. Let's open that up. Same thing, right click. So, force mod icons in shop, false. Show materials, cache objects, false. Verbose debug log, false. I don't know what any of that is, and I'm not going to mess with it. Unless y'all know what it is, I would say don't mess with it. Now, the TK basics. Let's open that up. So, right here is where I switched. I put an X in there. It was a Z. This is engine shop mode switching key. It was the Z, but Z didn't work, so I changed it to X, and it worked. Load repair groups, true. Enable car spawn list, true. That's that list I showed you. Show non-repairable icon on items. See, now I've got 101, so it should show it even if it's 100%. That's why I was a little bugged out that it didn't. It's supposed to. Alright, force enable shadows for parts, true. So that's what I was telling you about, where it showed the cam in the head and it shows that shadow. You could test this. You can leave it true and then look at stuff and then make it false, go back and re-look at the same stuff and just see if you can tell a difference. It'll be kind of hard because it takes so long to load in between. It just would take a while. Enable sell junk items, true. So enable sell junk items, you can put that false if you want to. And I believe that that's going to not let you sell it in that window that I told you to bring up. Right there's the V, sell junk items, shift V. And of course you can change that to any letter you want. Sell junk non-repairable items below this condition. Here's where I put 75. It was at 50. And then sell junk repairable items below this condition, 15. You can go in here and change that if you want to your liking, whatever you want to do. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you. Okay, so you're in the mods folder. Let's go back one more time. So I'm in the mods folder. You'll go to TK Basics and double click on that. There it says repair groups. You're going to right click on that, open in the in that. Now, this is so cool. So it has every part in the whole game listed here. And it's either got zeros or ones. I saw a 3 up here. There's a 3, 3, 4. I think it goes up to 5. 0 means it can't be repaired. So if you want to repair something in the game, it's like, see all these belts, they can't be repaired. Well, in real life, you can't repair them. But let's just say you wanted, I could do a challenge where I have to go find all the parts and repair them. And I don't buy them. Well, I'd have to come in here and find these parts that are not repairable, and I have to take that 0 out and put a 1 or whatever I want to put there. But this is so cool. You can come in here and now he's changed some stuff, so you may want to come back in here and rechange stuff, but you can change it however you want to. Here's air filter covers, so you find the one that's for whatever it is you want to work on. And you just click on that. Let's just say I want to repair that. You would just backspace 1 and put a 1 there, or put a 2, 3, 4. The higher the number, the harder it is to repair. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to change that, but that's how you do it. I think this is really cool. There's a 4. Now you can come in here and lower these. So that's an alternator. Let's just say you want it to be easier to fix. You could change that to a 3. There's a 4. There's a 5. What is that? Man, that's a fuel injector. That's some kind of a Bosch electromagnetic fuel injection. That's fuel injector 2. All these fuel injectors are 5. They hard to fix. Wait a minute. It might be skill level. I don't think so though. Yeah, that might be skill level. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's not hard to fix. That's skill level, I think. So you might, when you first start out and you got enough skill points to fix level 1 stuff where you can fix an alternator bracket. We used to couldn't fix these brackets, by the way. He changed that. He changed it to where you could fix them. But he also took out stuff that you normally could have fixed and made it to where you couldn't fix it. But anyway, go through this list. You can change this stuff any way you want. It's fascinating. It's really cool. And that is right here under repair groups. Okay, if you go up here to QOL mod, double click, come down here, it's got a readme file. You can go in here and read this. It's got some information. Cart editor, that's a whole nother ball game, that cart editor. I do actually have a video where I did some editing, small stuff. But anyway, you got that to go through. It's got some information. All right, I think that's about all I can show you. I'm sure I missed something because it's me. But anyway, I hope you like that. If you have any questions, you can feel free to answer them. Whether I can, you can feel free to ask them. Whether I can answer them or not is another story. But I'll do my best. And I hope this helps. Hope you're having a good day or night. Peace out.